How breedable is each Backrooms entity? Now, I'm sure this is a question nobody asked for, but I'm here to fill it out. Quick disclaimer, this is not every single Backrooms entity in the database. This is just all of the main ones, so. Now, at number 1, we have Smilers. I personally feel like Smilers would be pretty low on the scale based on their sharp teeth and anomalous form. They don't really have a body unless a mutation happens. Now, based on the teeth and how it might feel and how things would work with a Smiler, as it doesn't have a main body, I would say that a Smiler is probably 1 out of 10 on the breed scale. Next up, at number 2, we have Frowners. Now, Frowners are essentially the same as Smilers. They have sort of the same teeth, they have the same no body feature, and I feel like a Frowner would be the same, although they are a lot more gentle unless you piss them off, so it's going to be a 1.5 on the breedability scale. At number 3, we have the old version of the Partygoer. Now, the older original model and version of the Partygoer was a lot blockier, more like a rectangle with a paper bag head, like a brown paper bag. Now, based on the body shape and the form and their addiction with turning humans into special desserts, I feel like Partygoers would be a 4 out of 10 on the breedability scale for the old version. With more of a blocky body, it just doesn't seem like it'd be that breedable. Now, at number 4, we have the new version of the Partygoer, the 2 most recent models. Now, the most recent 2 versions of the Partygoer, beautiful. They're beautiful. Every time I've seen one of these new versions of these Partygoers in games, they're so caked up. Like, I'm not even lying, they are caked the fuck up. So, based on that, and along with the fact that they really only get mad at certain things, they still turn people into desserts. But I feel like the new version of the Partygoer definitely gets a 9 out of 10 on the breedability scale. They look exquisite, I'm telling you right now. Now, this is one I had to cover, but it's hounds. Hounds are a dog-like entity in the Backrooms. 0 out of 10. You should not be doing stuff like that with animals. So, 0 out of 10 for hounds. At number 6, we have doll faces. Now, doll faces are large, doll-like creatures that can be found, usually made out of plush or cloth. Technically speaking, they can't be bred. They're not necessarily alive, but you could do things to them, I guess. So 3 out of 10 on the breedability scale for doll faces. At number 7 on our entity list, we have facelings. Now, facelings are human entities of the Backrooms with no facial features whatsoever. Their face is a clean wiped slate. So, technically speaking, they're just humans. So, that makes them 100% breedable. 10 out of 10 for adult facelings. Adult facelings only. Child facelings off limits 100%. We are not on an island, bro. I'm gonna squeeze number 8 and 9 together. Death moths and death rats. Now, death moths 100% off limits. 0 out of 10 on the breedability scale. However, mutated death rats, maybe 1 out of 10. Now, at number 10, we have a beautiful one, the SFV, or the Sanguine Festivus virus. Now, SFV, or the Sanguine Festivus infected, let's just call them that, they're essentially people that have been infected by the devil's ambrosia. Now, these are a type of partygoer. They're a branch of partygoer. They live on level fun or level the after party. Now, since they're mainly human, we can rate them a 7 out of 10 on the breedability scale, only because interacting with them will likely get you infected and you will become one of them as a result. So it's likely not advised to do things with this entity, but we'll put it at 7 out of 10. At number 11, we have Skin Stealers. Now, this one is a weird one. Now, Skin Stealers are essentially hostile entities that unalive you and imitate you by, let's just say, wearing a costume of you. Now, these, hypothetically, if they'd already stolen someone's skin and they weren't hungry anymore because they did so, you could probably get by with an 8 out of 10 on the breedability scale. But when they are hungry, 2 out of 10. They're going to undress you before anything good can happen. Right after the Skin Stealers, we have another rough one, and it's an entity called a Skin Giver. Now, Skin Givers are essentially an entity where if you get touched, your life is over. Making contact with a Skin Giver causes, how do I say this? Your skin to grow in folds over and over and over again until you're immobilized. And then the Skin Giver kind of just takes the free buffet, and that's what happens. So unless you can finish what you're doing in less than 20 seconds and then pour almond water on yourself, you're not surviving the Skin Giver. So if you last 20 seconds, you've got a 9 out of 10 on the breedability scale. But if not, I'm sorry guys, but 1 out of 10. You'll die in less than 2 minutes. At second to last place, we have an entity called a Wretch. Now, based on the lore I was most recently caught up with, a Wretch is a human who has lost their humanity and gone through the wretched cycle. So it's pretty inhumane to breed with something that has lost its humanity and essentially died. It's gone. It's a corpse of itself, no skin, so that might be a little difficult. It's human, but would I recommend it? 4 out of 10 on the breeding scale. Now, before the last entity, I just want to say thank you to anybody who's made it this far in the video. Consider leaving a like or subscribing, really helps a lot. I mainly make Backrooms, Weirdcore, Dreamcore, and Liminal Space content. So if you enjoy Backrooms games and the Backrooms official novel that I wrote, and the 2 of the ones that I've written after that, make sure to stick around as those will release over the next 2 years. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and hope you guys enjoyed this video that I threw together at literally 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. The last one I'm going to cover in this video is the Strider, aka the Neighborhood Watch. Now, seeing as how the Neighborhood Watch, aka Strider, is typically 8 feet tall due to its tentacles, or it's just an eyeball, but this would make it really hard to breed with, I'd assume. So if anything, I'd say a Strider, if it doesn't step on you and crush you to death before you can even get close enough to do anything to it. I'd say it's gonna get a 2 out of 10, because if it's just the eyeball form, you might be able to do something. I don't know.